30 months ago, he was sitting alongside social activist Anna Hazare in the capital fighting for the Lokpal bill. Much water has flown under the bridge since then, and Arvind Kejriwal and team have silenced everyone who questioned the country's youngest party. Delhi today showed why all other national parties should now either shape up or ship out.
It was an election that Delhi had never seen before. And the result was something rarely seen before in Indian electoral history. Nearly a year after Kejriwal took the political plunge, Aam Aadmi Party swept in the political change in Delhi as it came tantalizingly close to majority in the assembly.
दिल्ली विधानसभा के नतीजे आए हैं। ये नतीजे कई मायनों में ऐतिहासिक हैं।
Right from the moment the early lead started trickling in, it was clear that Delhi was witnessing something special.
दिल्ली के 3 मंत्रियों को आम आदमी पार्टी हरा चुकी है। हम 30 सीटों पर सबसे आगे भाजपा के साथ।
Even as Aam Aadmi Party was making a spectacular debut, the BJP was dismissing the phenomenon which consigned the Congress to its worst performance in the national capital.
The Aam Aadmi Party result, in fact, is going to show the world that don't vote for a vote cutter, even though they have done well in Delhi. When you are working nationally in 540 seats, they will realize that the regional parties are not the solution.
And as the leads continued in Aam Aadmi Party's favour, it became increasingly clear Kejriwal's party had delivered one of its pre-poll promise of driving Sheila Dikshit out of power.
The people of Delhi have taken a decision which we respect, and we also thank all the people of Delhi for having supported the Congress government for the last 15 years.
It was a double whammy for the three-time Chief Minister of Delhi, as Kejriwal trumped her in the showpiece battle for the New Delhi constituency. Sheila Dikshit was not the only casualty, as many high-profile candidates bit the dust in the bruising Delhi polls. BJP leader V.K. Malhotra's son and the Aam Aadmi Party leader Shazia Ilmi, to name a few. As the numbers panned out, the vanquished, searching for answers to explain the crushing defeat.
नतीजों को देखने से कि आम आदमी पार्टी को जो अपना वोट मिला जहां वो जीत पाए और जहां नहीं जीत पाए उन्होंने कांग्रेस का वोट काटा.
Aam Aadmi Party's blitzkrieg also overshadowed the BJP's efforts as it emerged as the single largest party in the Delhi Assembly.
दिल्ली की जनता का भी इस बात के लिए धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं कि उन्होंने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को सबसे अधिक सीटें देकर भारतीय जनता पार्टी में अपना विश्वास व्यक्त किया है और हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि आने वाले समय में हम दिल्ली की जनता की पूरी ईमानदारी और निस्वार्थ भाव से सेवा करेंगे.
Delhi came out in historic numbers to vote, and as the dust settled on one of the most keenly tracked elections in recent times, it looks like Delhiites have to head to the polling booths again in the near future. Bureau Report, Times Now.
Okay, we're heading to the 10 p.m. Super Primetime debate. Piyush Goyal, welcome to the studios.
Thank you.
Kamal Farooqi of the Samajwadi Party, welcome. I still hope he still has his voice intact. Kumar Vishwas.
धन्यवाद.
Welcome.
धन्यवाद आपको.
Sanjay Jha, we've been missing you on Times Now. Welcome back. And Devesh Thakur.
I was there with you at 8 o'clock in the morning.
From the Congress Party of the JDU. Welcome back, Devesh Thakur. Okay, first of all, I will give Piyush Goyal an opportunity to apologize to or take back the words he used about the Aam Aadmi Party earlier today. When on a debate earlier this morning on Times Now, कुमार विश्वास जी उन्होंने कहा कि ये वोट कटर पार्टी है और देश के लोगों को वार्न किया that you should not vote for a vote cutter party in the future. That's how he described the Aam Aadmi Party. Would you like to take your words back?
Not at all. You just heard that replay.
Yes, I did.
You must see what the big picture is.
What's the
big picture is that over the 4 states, almost 68% of the seats have been won by the BJP. The Congress is down to a measly 22%. Let me finish. Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan will see stable governments, governments which will deliver on promises, which will deliver good performance. Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh have come back with renewed vigor. Rajasthan has given a very massive mandate to the BJP. You please see the context in which I mentioned that
what
statement.
what gives you the right to what gives you the right
allow people to complete, then you can give your
but
counters.
what gives you the right to believe that you people have an obligation
what I
to vote
said
you
earlier
into
in the day on your channel, which is a matter for all of us to debate and understand, is that when we are looking at an election, we are looking at what the big picture was. The big picture was people wanted to get the Congress out. And in the process in 3 states, they gave an absolute clear mandate. In the state of Delhi, the anti-Congress vote probably got into a little bit of a divide.
Why do you call them a vote cutter? They could call you a vote cutter.
Why I said the vote cutter was nationally. The regional parties are in no position.
So you
give a strong, stable government to the center.
You're not taking back what you said.
We are
you taking back what you said?
We are of the opinion that we will see a massive surge going forward in the next election, where people will prefer to vote for a decisive government which can give good governance.
One minute, by the way, 1 minute. Before the Aam Aadmi Party comes in, both Shankar and Neerja are extremely worked up. I must make this point here, that remember this, Mr. Piyush Goyal, that the BJP does not have copyright or proprietorial rights over the anti-Congress vote.
Of course not. They've done a good job. I started my talk on your channel by acknowledging Aam Aadmi has done a good job. But the fact is they're not going to give us government.
Are you saying that all regional parties and a lot of them rule states are vote cutter parties?
You please try to understand what I said.
Isn't that loyalty now?
What is the meaning of vote cutter? You divide the anti-Congress vote.
Yeah, you want to vote cutter. Democratic
but in the process, do you want to see a weak India or a strong India?
So we should support the BJP for a... What kind of argument is this?
That is the arrogance, in fact.
This is the arrogance.
I don't think there's any arrogance in that. It's the hands of India that we have been misgoverned for the last 10 years. We are looking for an alternative, a strong alternative at the fulcrum of which
you shall not have it, Mr. Goyal, in a lot of states. You shall not have it.
Mr. Goyal, implicit in your statement is not only an arrogance, but it says we have the monopoly to rule, not the others. It's an insult to the mandate.
I said, instead of dividing the vote, cutting your vote, the people
again you are using the word. Don't insist on this.
Mr. Piyush Goyal.
By this what actually you are trying to do, you are taking advantage the credit of all the regional parties who are doing good. And let me remind you one thing. In Delhi, they have got the chance, they have got a party wherein they could get out their anger out of it, and they voted for AAP. If the same thing could have happened in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, things would have been different. Because you were there only two...
in the same channel, when we were doing the opinion polls, their pollsters were saying that there are a lot of people, and I think you may recollect that, who said that in 2013, we will vote for Kejriwal, but in 14 we are looking for Modi.
This vote cutter remark, the point is, why is it controversial? First of all, should we let the Aam Aadmi...
It's so controversial. It's a concept that I put forward. That dividing the anti-Congress vote has got instable.
You mean to say that all the regional parties are divided?
Well, there are regional parties which in their own state. There are regional parties in their own states.
You are the monopoly. You are
enough to come on their own.
having the monopoly that any other party, you think that all other parties are the divider.
There are many parties.
Yes, all regional parties.
You are also a vote cutter.
All regional parties, that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I just said there are regional parties.
Mr. Piyush, you are making wrong remarks. Please take it back.
But in the national perspective, do we want to see a strong government?
Please listen.
Listen to why. Mr. Piyush Goyal, 1 minute. Mr. Piyush Goyal, if there is a difference of perception, then I think you need to listen to why they are so worked up about your vote cutter remark. So I request you, let's not have any crosstalk, but I will allow everyone to have their say. Kamal Farooqi will now respond to Piyush Goyal. Then I'll let the Aam Aadmi Party also come into the debate. And Mr. Piyush Goyal, I'll give you a turn to respond. I'm saying tonight that the vote cutter remark makes it look like you have a proprietorial ownership of the anti-Congress vote. In a country that is getting more and more federalized, you know, where the two national parties are reduced to less than half, to call the rest of half the country a vote cutter.
You are assuming we are reduced to less than half.
And in all humility,
the reality is even in 2009, together we got 2/3 of the seats.
Now Mr. Kamal
in
Farooq.
all humility, Mr. Piyush Goyal, the Aam Aadmi Party is just 3 seats behind you.
we have
The
not
vote
denied
cutter, the vote cutter party that you're calling. I mean, you may be the single largest party, but they're just 3 seats behind you. A debutant party, the vote cutter party that you're saying. So a little humility probably would augur well for a national party of your
Navika,
stature.
you are just focused on the word. It's the concept, and at that time
The
there was
concept is also patronizing.
So it is
concept
arrogant and dictatorial. So Mr. Piyush,
replace the Congress.
So Mr. Piyush, it is very, very important.
dictatorial.
It is very, very important for you to learn the language, how to use it in the country, in fact. All these, what actually you are trying, and you are again repeating it. Instead of taking back your words again, cutter, you are using the third time you are using the word cutter. That shows that you have got no respect for the regional parties. You have got no respect for the, and all regional parties in your point of view
It may be
are the
your
word cutter.
perception, not
No,
mine.
but this is what actually you are trying to say. This is what actually you are trying to say.
Okay, 1 second. The comment was made in the context of the Aam Aadmi Party. बड़ा controversy हो गया इधर. Sanjay Jha is smiling. बड़ा controversy यहाँ पे हो गया. You have been described as the vote cutter party. Your turn to respond to the BJP.
पीयूष मिश्रा जी को पहले तो बधाई दूंगा कि उन्होंने हमसे 3 सीट
पीयूष गोयल
जी को बधाई दूंगा कि उन्होंने हमसे 3 सीट ज्यादा और दशमलव कुछ प्रतिशत मत ज्यादा प्राप्त किए. इस महान उपलब्धि के लिए मैं उनका बहुत अभिनंदन करता हूं. और दूसरा, उन्होंने जो हमारी पार्टी के बारे में कहा, इसका हमें अभ्यास पड़ चुका है. ये वोट कटवा हैं, ये बी टीम है, सी टीम है, डी टीम है, इसका हमें अभ्यास पड़ चुका है. दूसरा, कांग्रेस एंटी करप्शन मूवमेंट को एंटी कांग्रेस मूवमेंट बनाकर भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो छद्म और भ्रम फैलाना चाहती है, उसके सूचनार्थ मैं बता दूं कि दिल्ली में 6 मंत्री हैं, मुख्यमंत्री समेत, जिनमें हमने 4 मंत्रियों को हराया है. 1 अरविंदर सिंह लवली खुद जीत गए हैं और भारतीय जनता पार्टी केवल 1 मंत्री को हरा पाई है. यानी कि व्यवस्था में बैठे हुए शीर्ष पुरुषों के लिए चुनौती भाजपा नहीं बनी है, आम आदमी पार्टी बनी है. राखी बिड़ला जैसी एक लड़की बनी है, सुरेंद्र जैसा एक कमांडो बना है, एक सामान्य नौकरी करने वाला एक आदमी बना है. तो ये आम आदमी की ताकत को आप इसी तरह कम करके आंकते रहें कृपा पूर्वक, और लोकसभा चुनाव तक हमें काम करने दें. आप तो बहुत अच्छा बोल रहे हैं पीयूष भाई. आपकी पार्टी से संबित पात्रा तो हमें 4 आदमी पार्टी कहते रहे हैं आज तक. तो हमें खुशी है कि हम 4 से 28 हो गए, और हमें उम्मीद है कि लोकसभा में हम आपको उससे अधिक संख्या में मिलेंगे.
This comment of a vote cutter party, and before that, what was that other comment which another BJP leader used versus the Aam Aadmi Party? No, Char Aadmi Party was one, and the other comment was that it's a chiller party. You know, Mr. Piyush Goyal, please think about it. You call it a vote cutter party. Nitin Gadkari calls it a chiller party. A party which has made the most phenomenal inauguration since 1982 and then T. Rama Rao.
Nobody can deny that.
Regrettable comment.
The idea is, what did it result in? Instability in Delhi. So where the issue is, as we go forward in the national election, I think the people of the nation will go veer towards one side, who they think can replace the Congress, just like they did in every other election in the last 5 years, whether it was Akhilesh Yadav's victory to replace Mayawati, whether it was some pro-incumbency results, some anti-incumbency.
I want an observation from Sanjay Jha. That Sanjay, do you see the interesting analysis going on? Everyone's almost written you off. The only controversy is today about who will replace you, whether it is the BJP or the other parties. The entire conversation after these elections, seems to be almost writing you off, and this is not just in this studio.
Arnab, well, I can tell you that anybody who writes off the Congress does so at their own peril. And I can tell you this for a fact that my good friend Piyush Goyal, very reluctantly I must wipe that smug smile off his face by telling him that he can have a proprietary right over the so-called anti-Congress way, because I can tell you it doesn't exist. So he is entitled to his own fictitious and artificial, hopes and aspirations over the so-called wave. These are state elections, ladies and gentlemen. We agree the Congress party has accepted the verdict in all humility. We have lost in Delhi decisively. I think it's been a surprise, but we will take it in our stride. Although we felt that Mrs. Dixit's government was fantastic for the 15 years that it was there. Mr. Gehlot performed well, but then again, once again, we were disappointed with the results. These things happen in elections, and that's precisely why, Arnav, when I met you in the morning, I told you that elections really bring democracy alive at every stage. I've been a big critic of the AAP party, but I got to acknowledge that they have done well in Delhi, and good luck to them. But the point is that, I don't want to go back to the statistics that have been mentioned before. 1998, 2003, 2008, the same state assembly elections, they have had absolutely the reverse actually impact in the general elections. It can buck the trend in 2014. So we're not going to be sitting here, being complacent. I think the Congress party has to reinvent itself. We have to be more adaptive, more flexible. And I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi is sending a clear message to everybody, including the Congress rank and file, that we need to rejuvenate within and try and live up to our potential.
No, listen.
Sure.
No, listen to me. I'm sure you have potential, but I want to share one statistic. This is fascinating. After the Gujarat results, there was this analysis that a number of Muslims had voted for the BJP. Now you agree, and all of you agree, that the basic campaign of the Congress party has been to bring back the Gujarat riots, the court cases, and to give this impression that post the emergence of Narendra Modi as a prime ministerial candidate, the minorities will polarize themselves against the BJP. Am I correct? Have I got my analysis correct?
Yes. Absolutely.
This has been the analysis. You agree with it?
Yeah, I told you in this channel itself.
Yes,
Arnab, can I answer the question?
After the emergence of Narendra Modi, the Muslims will polarize themselves against the BJP.